ready Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Come out to the ballpark as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Charleston Dirty Birds May 5th through the 10th. Grab the kids and come on out. We kick it off on Tuesday, May 5th with Cinco de Baseball with $5 tickets and $5 food and beverage specials. And we end the week as we celebrate all moms on Mother's Day. Moms get in free. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Our two guests that we'd like to bring on board from Arizona MUFON, Shane Hurd. He spent nearly 25 years in a government career in the fields of civil engineering, geographic information systems, and information technologies. He's a proud graduate of Arizona State University's Certified Public Manager program. And also, he is the Assistant Director for Arizona MUFON. And also hopefully joining us on the line at the same time is Josh Rutledge. He's the Chief Investigator for Arizona MUFON. And these two gentlemen, I'm sure, will enlighten us as we continue to ask the many questions. When will we ever hear the truth about such subjects? With that, a hearty welcome on the Dr. Sky Experience to Shane Hurd and Josh Rutledge. Are we both together, gentlemen?
Yes, hello. Thank you for having us.
Well, I appreciate you, and good evening and good morning to Josh. Are you with us also, sir?
I am. Thank you again.
Well, I appreciate you. You know, it's so fascinating when we talk about these subjects. About 24 to 48 hours ago, the wires around the nation and around the world were all filled with information about something happening in that area, the mysterious region, Area 51. I visited it many times, and I don't want to spend my experiences there and rather talk with you gentlemen. But the subject matter, the dateline, the information is a series of serious earthquakes right in and around that particular area in Yucca Flats. 17 Pacific earthquakes, some measuring as high as 4.4 on the Richter scale in the past 48 hours as we move through time and space.
Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix's Remarkably Bright Creatures. What if a Pacific octopus held the key to a mystery that could heal your heart? Well, that's Tova's reality. An elderly widow working at an aquarium. Tova forms an unlikely friendship with the curmudgeonly Marcellus, whose remarkable intelligence leads her to a life-changing discovery. Watch Remarkably Bright Creatures with your remarkable moms this Mother's Day weekend, only on Netflix May 8th.
But gentlemen, I know you're not geologists, but give us your take on this, because maybe it doesn't have a lot to do with the UAP experience, but your thoughts, because I have plenty. Let's start with Shane.
Well, yeah, it's curious. Whenever you do see an uptick in seismic activity, it catches everyone's attention. And one thing that always my ears are perked for is what's going on in Yellowstone and that super volcano. And so I get worried when I see so much seismic activity. But I do think it's especially curious that here in Silver Springs, Nevada, that this is 3 or 4 of these earthquakes are centered in that area. And
that is interesting.
We know, and that is part of the nuclear test area. So it, there's no one is admitting that that's what's going on, and I'm not even sure it's illegal for us to do that, to test under certain treaties, but maybe that has changed. But at any rate, you can't help folks but understand that people are going to speculate about that. I know the earthquakes are going up and down the coast and in various states, but I just find that part kind of curious.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking, maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Josh Rutledge, your opinion on this, if you don't mind sharing it with the large audience here on WABC.
Yes, sir. I've actually spent quite a bit of time over the last few days digging into this topic, and it's really quite fascinating. If you actually expand the search on USGS website to look at 30 days, there's been a lot of activity across the state and the entire western seaboard for the last 30 days. So it's really, there's an uptick. I looked at past years around the same time. I looked at past months. There definitely seems to be an increase in seismic activity right now for some reason.
Well, I'm going to bring some information to our vast audience around the nation and the world, and here we go. Since 1963, the United Test Ban Treaty, of course, a limited test treaty, was to ban above-ground nuclear testing, of course. But now we've continued over the years till 1992, the last of these so-called underground nuclear tests, one that was done back in 1992, a series of them called Julian Divider. The weapon that they dug into the ground was a 100-kiloton warhead. That's pretty powerful stuff. But moving on to the Defense Department, we find out that President Trump has now asked the Department of Energy to build a whole new series of much more modern and low-yield or less powerful nuclear weapons called robust nuclear earth-penetrating bombs. And they're supposed to replace these B-61-11s that could be dropped or have been dropped, like on Iran, with B-2 stealth bombers. So you never know. My take on this is not as important as what many other people may think. But what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? That's an interesting subject. More than likely, from my limited experience in the subject, but doing research, it's more likely our continuance of building smaller, yield nuclear warheads, testing them underground.
Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kann du Norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.